Top 10 players in the NFL in 2022. Who will be in the top NFL players in 2022? We are ranking all the best NFL players and NFL stars who played in the year 2022. Who can judge whether a football player's prime years are ahead of them or behind them while they are still on the field? And it's even more difficult to compare their accomplishments to those of other players who might be hurt, have less professional experience overall, or are simply going through a slump. Then again, who is the best in the NFL in 2022? Beside that, Patrick Mahomes and Cooper Kupp, two of the NFL's most recent Super Bowl MVPs, deserve to be highly ranked when it comes to the best active player in the league right now. But there are a number of other contenders for the title, such as Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers, who won the league MVP award for the 2021-22 season. Vote for your favorite NFL football players and reorder this list according to your wish. Number 10. Cooper Kupp. Kupp's overall score this league was 78. Kupp's season was tragically cut short by injury. When healthy, he was once moving at a breakneck speed. In the 8 games this season that he started and finished, Kupp averaged 9 receptions and 101.6 receiving yards, offering a bright light for a Rams offense that has battled all season. His dominance in the short game helped him start the season well. From weeks 1 to 9, he recorded 457 receiving yards on passes with less than 10 air yards, which was 68 more than any other player. Without Kupp on the field, the Rams are just not the same team. Number 9. CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb scored 81 throughout the season. He has either been lucky or by chance faced less struggle in scoring. Since Dak Prescott's injury return in Week 7, the Cowboys are 6-1 with an NFL best average of 35.7 points per game. Lamb's consistency, who is a third-year wide receiver, has been a key factor in their success, as he has scored 70 or more receiving yards in 5 of those 7 games. Lamb has excelled this season by leading the NFL with both 337 receiving yards and 4 receiving touchdowns on shift or motion snaps. The opportunity for Lamb to step up was there because Amari Cooper left for Cleveland and James Washington and Michael Gallup have been injured this year. Lamb took advantage of the opportunity and helped Dallas to a 10-3 start. Number 8. Amon-Ra St. Brown's. For the Lions, St. Brown has been a revelation, and his effect has greatly impacted the team's chance to end its 5-year playoff drought. When St. Brown was on the field, Jared Goff's comeback season looked a lot better. He averages a plus .22 EPA on those dropbacks, which would put him second in the league this season, only to Patrick Mahomes. In the absence of St. Brown, Goff's EPA per dropback turns negative .10. With a first down on 15.2% of his routes on 3rd and 4th down this season, the second-year wideout has been the Lions' focal point in high-stakes situations, 3rd highest rate, minimum 100 routes. St. Brown has provided Goff a support system when teams blitz, which they often do. 39% of routes when defenses send the heat have him as a target. Number 7. Jamar Chase. Chase has managed to top the receiving leaderboards this season, despite missing 4 games due to a hip injury. Even though he has only played in 9 games, Chase ranks in the top 10 in both receiving yards over expected, plus 157, and yards after catch over expected, plus 122. Chase's speciality, like it was in his rookie year, has been catching passes beyond the numbers, when he currently sits 6th in the NFL with 515 receiving yards. Chase has exceeded expectations by 720 receiving yards since joining the league in 2021, leading the NFL as one of the top players at his position. His score this season was 88, which is mind-blowing, truly, as he has only played 9 games as compared to other players. Number 6. Jalen Waddle. Speed cannot be taught, and Waddle, who was identified as the player most likely to be considered as the first-time Pro Bowler back in November, has shown enough of it this year. Waddle is tied for 3rd among wide receivers in this season's list of wide receivers, with 4 offensive touches at 20 miles an hour or faster, behind Christian Watson and teammate Tyreek Hill. Waddle's success on downfield passes has been a result of his speed and Mike McDaniel's tactical play. He now stands 4th in the NFL with 741 receiving yards, trailing Hill, Davante Adams and Justin Jefferson. Because of how difficult defenses have found the Hill-Waddle combo to handle this season, Miami has a shot to make the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Number 5. Stefon Diggs. Diggs is the 5th top player for plenty of reasons. Firstly, because of his overall score, which was 93, close to Waddle. After being traded from Minnesota to Buffalo in 2020, Diggs progressed from being good to exceptional. Diggs has 2,953 receiving yards in the NFL since joining Josh Allen and the Bills, and his 1,077 yards on hitch routes during that time are 370 more than the next closest player, Tyler Lockett, 707. Diggs hasn't slowed down this season in particular, leading the league with 10 receiving touchdowns when aligned wide. With a positive 61 anticipated points added this season, the Allen-Diggs partnership leads all QB receiver combinations, propelling the Bills to the top of the AFC heading into Week 15. This gives both players a lot to be grateful for. Number 4. A.J. Brown. It's difficult to disagree with Brown given the outcomes. He recently claimed that he felt like he won the trade that brought him from Tennessee to Philadelphia during the 2022 NFL Draft. With a career-high 273 yards on tight window targets this season, Brown has dominated these throws, second in the NFL behind George Pickens. In fact, Brown has already broken the next-gen stats era since 2016. Single-season record with 4 touchdowns on deep, tight window passes with 4 games left on the schedule. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles' offense have soared since Brown joined the team. Hurts has thrown a league-high 9 touchdown passes on go routes this year, with Brown contributing for the league best 5 of those scores. One of the main reasons Philadelphia became the NFL's first team to clinch a playoff spot this season was Brown. Number 3. Davante Adams. Adams offers another excellent case study in positional value when it comes to outstanding receivers who change teams throughout the offseason. Without Adams to provide big plays, the Packers' offense has struggled for the majority of the season. While doing so, the season-wide receiver has 2 more touchdowns than any other player in the league, with 8 scores on deep targets for his new team. Once more, Adams' influence extends beyond the scorebook, as defenses cloud Adams' side of the field, drawing a safety further from the ball. The Raiders have encountered cover 6 at an abnormally high percentage, 17%, the only team over 13% this season. Defenses have a harder time stopping the run as a result, and Josh Jacobs has won the rushing competition this year so far. Number 2. Tyreek Hill. Hill provided an excellent case study on the value of a top receiver to an offense after the Chiefs moved him in the offseason. What would Hill's performance be like if he wasn't receiving passes from an extraordinary quarterback? Instead of going backwards, Hill has improved an entire offense and been instrumental in Tua Tagovailoa's breakthrough season as a third-year quarterback. This season, the Cheetah has demonstrated unprecedented efficiency, averaging 3.7 yards per route run. He is currently the only player in the next-gen stats era since 2016 to average more than 3.3 yards per route in a season. To put that into perspective, minimum 300 routes run. The fact that Hill's yards per route figure increases to 4.2 versus man coverage and 4.6 when left on an island against single high coverages leaves them with little options. Number 1. Justin Jefferson. Few players in NFL history have taken the game by storm like Jefferson has since his debut in 2020. Being the top NFL player, Jefferson has a score of 96 this season. The former LSU great beat Hall of Famer Randy Moss, a renowned Vikings receiver, last month for the most receiving yards in a player's first 3 seasons, and he has continued to add to that figure over the past several weeks, with 6 more receptions, 24 this season on passes with a completion probability of less than 50% than any other receiver. Jefferson makes the impossible look easy. The Vikings have faced the fewest single high coverages this season due to defenses' fear of leaving a corner on an island, 45%. So, these are the top 10 NFL players of 2022. What's your take on the rankings of the top 10 NFL players? Do you agree with our rankings? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.